Wow. We all knew it was going to happen. I need to adjust this fucking camera. This thing's some fucking bullshit, isn't it? Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Apparently, in this day and age, if you can bring sponsorship money, that's all that matters anymore. It doesn't matter if you have talent or don't have talent or can drive vehicles or have done good in the past 3 years. 3 years. That's the 3 seems to be a common number when it comes to this whole NASCAR bullshit that we've been paying attention to over the course of the last long times. Okay? Here's what the fuck is going on. Danica spends 3 years in the Sprint Cup Series and does jack fucking shit in cars that are out winning championships. And what the fuck happens? She gets re-signed to more years so she can continue to wreck cars and continue to be completely fucking terrible. Now we get Clint Bowyer going to replace Tony Stewart. Oh, yay! I can't wait for that. I can't fucking wait for Clint Bowyer to replace my third favorite driver right now. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, that's awesome. Good shit. Good shit. Can I ask one question though? What the fuck has he done in the past 3 years to warrant going to the best team in the sport right now besides Joe Gibbs Racing? Can you explain that to me? Could you explain that to me? Can you break it down maybe a little bit? Could you maybe? But I wasn't going to make this video all about that. The purpose of this video, on the other hand, is to put an exclamation mark on this whole fucking that's going on in NASCAR. This year has been terrible. This year has been fucking terrible. The racing has been ass. The Daytona 500 was piss. These contract renewals are shit. And a lot of drivers are dying. Which is a load of fucking ass, I don't know if you ask me. So how about that exclamation mark? What is that exclamation mark? Clint Bowyer is going to H. Scott Motorsports in 2016. Well, that's a curious thing. H. Scott said that he was going to remain at 2 cars, not 3. Which begs the question, why is Justin Allgaier getting fucked? Why is Allgaier's career like basically Casey Mears 2? Firstly, he leaves Penske for H. Scott Motorsports. I don't think that's something you do willingly, personally. Especially this was the time when the 22 was just coming to fruition. When Brad Keselowski was dominating in the 22, and it was the 18 and 22 show. But back then, it was Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski because they were still racing for the Drivers' Championships back then, so they just did every fucking race, won every fucking championship. And so he left Penske. I don't think that was a willing thing that he did. And he goes to H. Scott, and it's like, okay, whatever. Moves up to the Cup. He spends his rookie season doing pretty damn decent. He finishes 3rd in like the Rookie of the Year standings. 2 drivers, Kyle Larson and Austin Dillon. Kyle Larson looked like he was going to make a chase run at one point, and Austin's driving for Richard Childress and like what was supposed to be one of the best teams in the whole game altogether. And Allgaier finished third in thingamajigs to them. This year, H. Scott brings on Michael Annett. 2 cars for Harry Scott. And guess who performs the better of the 2? It's fucking Allgaier. Is there even a discussion at this point? I mean, that was like obvious from the beginning. Allgaier currently, as of this week, has 130 more driver points in the standings than Michael Annett. He's outperforming by a margin. And guess what? Guess who's going to lose their car next year for Bowyer? That's right, it's Allgaier. It's Allgaier. Why is this Casey Mears 2? Why is this Casey Mears 2? Because Allgaier is getting fucked out of a position that he kind of deserves, don't you think? He's a winner in the Xfinity Series. Finished the highest of the non-contending rookies last year in the Rookie of the Year standings. He outperforms his teammate this year by 130 points, and we still got 8 races left. He's going to have no car next year as a result of Clint fucking Bowyer. Isn't that fucking swell? Isn't that fucking swell? It's good shit, isn't it? It's good shit. It's not good shit. It's stupid. It's stupid shit. Who's honestly had the more impressive season, Bowyer or Allgaier? Allgaier dominates over his teammate. Gets his first top 10 finish at Bristol. He's driving shit for cars. You know, Hendrick, they're getting Hendrick engines, but you know the curse of the 25 at Hendrick? Well, there's 4 cars over at Hendrick, so the 25 curse is already at Hendrick. So they're getting worse parts than the 25 curse over at Harry Scott. And Allgaier is starting to come to fruition here. He was running absolutely fantastic at Watkins Glen. He got a great qualifying and a great finish. He did good at another track. He was moving his way up at New Hampshire until he wrecked. That might have been a tire issue. It was probably a tire issue. He was moving up until he did a tire issue there. And, yeah, all in a shit for car. And let us not forget, 130 points over a net. But I digress. Now let's look at Clint Bowyer. He has done, well, he's got 11 top 10 finishes somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. He's wrecked multiple times in races. He's gotten terrible qualifying runs that transitioned into awful races. Darlington comes to mind. His revolving door teammates in the 55 have outperformed him. Brett Moffitt got a top 10 before Clint Bowyer did this year, and Brett Moffitt doesn't even drive for MWR anymore. He's over at Front Row Motorsports. David Reagan came in like halfway through the season and puts up better qualifying numbers, gets into the last round of qualifying several times. Bowyer does jack fucking shit. And Reagan has also had better runs until getting taken out in many races. Bristol comes to mind. He finished 5th at Martinsville, but that was with Joe Gibbs. Reagan just strolls in, hasn't been here at all in his career. Outperforms the guy that's been there since the start of the team. And yeah, if you're asking me who deserves to be taken over the 14, I'd put Reagan there personally. Bowyer's done shit. He's also getting up there in the age. If you want a good long-term investment, he probably should have went with Reagan or Allgaier. How about Kyle Larson, who is trapped over at Ganassi with their subpar vehicles? It's amazing. I don't know how he did what he did last year. Those cars are a load of ass. They're a load of ass. Yeah. So, in conclusion, what the fuck, NASCAR? What the fuck? What the fuck, Tony? How could you do this? First, you re-signed Danica, and I'm like, okay, if you need to have one throwaway car that's just for the sponsors, sure. We all need that kind of stuff. A Paul Menard comes to mind. Dakota Armstrong and Elliott Sadler comes to mind there. So I understand if you need to do that. But Bowyer, really? What the fuck has he done in the past 3 years to deserve this kind of thing? Reagan is outperforming him week in and week out. Just doesn't have the finishes to show for it. So that's basically the extent of this rant. It's another driver getting fucked for no reason. And yeah. All we can really hope for is that Furniture Row accelerates their vehicle production and starts getting us some extra cars over there so that more drivers can go over there. But if that does happen, it'll probably be Jones that goes up instead of someone like Reagan or Allgaier. So yeah. As far as everyone getting fucked in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, it's still continuing. This has yet to change. So yeah, that is the extent of this rant. I hope you enjoyed listening to me yell for 12 minutes. And yeah. Bowyer will never win again.